Yeah. My internet because my partner and I share internet, and she works from home as well. Sometimes it gets a bit unstable.
Understandable.
I it's a common
Yep.
issue these days. All right, sorry about the tech explosion. So as I was saying,
Gremlins.
that cat that has one good eye, I would like to reduce the number of good eyes that cat has with my longbow, please.
Please make your attack roll.
Excellent.
For those of you unfamiliar with Pugmire, unlike 5th edition D&D, Pugmire has no fixed initiative order. Whoever acts gets to pick who acts after they do.
Right. I got an 11.
You got an 11. They're only wearing robes. The arrow does sink into the slightly gelatinous decaying orb. Please make your damage roll.
That's a 10.
10 total?
Yep.
Okay. She is severely wounded by this. The arrows. It's like she's undead. She doesn't really need most of what's in her body anymore. So there's only about an inch of the arrow sticking out of her skull. But she's definitely, her movements are jerky and less smooth, and her mouth is just now hanging open. Her tongue just kind of lolling out of it. Who do you choose? Oh, do you want to move? I guess is a pertinent question.
I'm assuming, because I sort of did this parkour movement through, that I'm up on something, maybe the railing, maybe like if there's a lamp post or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Like
There's a lamp post over the door.
I'd like some high ground. In the event that I have high ground, I'm just going to draw another arrow and say, Princess, if you can do anything about the unseen, now would be a good time to do it. And I will hand the initiative to Princess Bug.
Okay.
Oh, brother.
You can see there are 6 of these hooded figures. Molly is one of them.
Okay, I need to ask you if a basic spell means it's a cantrip, and a first level means it expands a spell slot.
Yes.
What I'm thinking.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people here. I'm gonna yell, "Leave Molly alive! Or standing, as long as you can, kill the rest." And use magic missile
Okay.
to like 3 different targets that are not Molly.
So that's
Which is a lot of d20s.
actually magic missile automatically hits, I believe, still in this. You just go to roll damage. There are 2 schools of thought with magic missile damage. I don't know what Eddie's intention was for magic missile and Pugmire, but certainly in 5th edition, the intention is you roll the d4 once, and that's the damage all the bolts do. But if you want to roll those 3d4, that's fine.
See, I've never used magic missile because I've never played a wizard.
That's
so
fine.
This is your first magic missle. Congratulations.
Yay!
Next,
She grew up so fast.
next it'll be the first fireball.
There you go.
That's a 4. No, I've rolled fireballs many times.
So 4?
So it's 5. Before was 4 plus 1 point of force damage is 5.
Okay. Each missile can strike only one character. I assume that means you hit 3 different characters with the spell then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You can't hit 2 characters with 1 missile is what that text means, but yeah, she can aim at 3.
So do you aim at 3 or do you aim at the same one 3 times? Okay.
No, I spread fire.
Okay, 3 of them recoil backwards as the magic missiles slam into the undead flesh. The ropes kind of billow with the impact, and you can see chunks of fur just flying. Who do you pass it on to? You can move as well. Sorry.
I'm assuming I'm like as farthest away from the
you're still in the doorway
as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like hide.
Okay.
Go
Back
one
into total
step
cover.
to the left. Yep, I'm passing it to our lovely Spike, who really wants to fight.
Oh, yeah. Spike is very upset with the treatment of this little kitty cat or cat. very upset with it, and he's like, if you treat this cat like you did, you are bad people, and just starts kind of going at it, wailing at him, going to the nearest person and trying to sink a sword in.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Do it with anything that you wish to do from your character sheet. From your character sheet, even.
So is it D20 to hit, and then...
Yes, D20 to hit.
Okay.
If you get equal to or greater than their defense, you then roll damage.
Gotcha. What's the modifier for attack?
It should be on your sheet next to the weapon name, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so where it says like spear +5 is the modifier.
Gotcha. Okay. So D20. 9 plus. Okay. So does it 9 plus 5? So 14 for the hit.
That hits.
Yep. And then D8 plus 3 for damage. Well, that's not a D8, that's a D12. Ooh. 8, 9, 10, 11.
What weapon are you using?
I'm going to use my longsword.
Cool. And are you
Let's get up close and personal.
Are you going for Molly, one of the 3 that have just been hit by a magic missile, or a fresh, in air quotes because these are all corpses, fresh target?
He would definitely know if there was one of them that was hurt. I'd say that's like kind of like a battle sense of some sort. So he would definitely go more towards that.
Okay, yeah, you can see one of the nearer ones just got hit by a magic missile. So you just go in and your sword swings and its head rolls into the crowd, which screams and kind of pulls back away from it. The rest of the body just collapses into a pile of rotting flesh, essentially, because that's what it is.
And right now, I'd say he'd be a little bit in rage mode at the moment. So
that is fair. Who do you choose to go after you? There is Ruby and there are the cats who have not yet acted.
We'll give it to Pan.
Ruby and the cats must act first.
Oh, sorry, go on. Yep, Ruby.
Okay. She starts like ushering the crowd back. Some of them getting past her and past Princess Yasha into the guardhouse itself, and others just kind of just widening the area around the 3 of you and these cat zombies. And then at the end of the round, the cats have to act because they haven't acted yet. I will be charitable. Whoever acts last can then choose themselves to act first in the next round. I'm not going to do a double cat round, just to make you aware of that.
That's kind of you.
Because 2 of you didn't know. So Molly shambles forwards and attempts to get to Pan on the lamppost. We'll see how well that really works. I'm assuming a 21 does work.
A 21 will hit. Does she have a disadvantage because I have the high ground, Anakin?
You know what? I'll give it to you. Does a 13 work?
A 13 probably still hits me. A 13 is my defense. Yep.
Okay. So that's 8 piercing damage from the short sword. It is rusty. If that.
Owie!
For flavor.
Nice.
She doesn't really make a noise. She just swings wildly and scratches you. Oh, you know, it's more than a scratch, but carves your flesh open. The other 2 that were injured are going to try to get to Spike, and then the other 2 are just going to advance on the crowd, but the crowd's far enough away that they can't actually reach them. So I just roll these attacks both at the same time. Well, one misses with a 7, but the other one is a 21 versus Spike's defense. So if it's equal to or greater than.
My defense?
It's in the shield?
Yep. It's 13.
Oh god, a raid. Welcome, raiders.
Welcome. Hi.
For a mighty 5 piercing damage, again from a rusted longsword.
Mighty 5. Okay.
Not as mighty as your 11, but...
Understandable.
They're cat zombies. They're trying their best, okay? Get my dice back in order in my tray. They will pass it back to, let's say, Princess Yasha.
I've heard screams, I've heard yelps of my friends. I do not like this. I'm gonna peek out the door again. Was it Molly that was stabbing Pam?
Yes, the cat that Ruby appears to have recognized as Molly is standing at the base of the lamppost Pan's currently holding onto. Oh, actually, Pan, can I have a strength save, please?
Oh, sure.
To not fall off. If I hadn't rolled max damage on the d6, I probably wouldn't have asked for this. But
14.
You are fine. Yeah, Molly's waving wildly at Pan. Two of the cat zombies have approached Spike. One of them has drawn blood, and the remaining two are advancing on Ruby in the crowd. You can hear guards behind you, though, so they might be reinforcing Ruby. Question, yes.
Right. Question. Could I rummage someone's pockets with magic paw? Or no?
I would say yes, but it's difficult, so you would have a disadvantage on doing so. So
okay, let's kill them first then.
Okay, how are you killing?
Elemental ray
Okay.
on Molly. Elemental ray. Let's just turn a little bit. Wait, no, it's like the little ball that I have as a thingy.
The masterwork
made by man, given to me. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm trying to find it. Where's the character sheet?
It says beam of red light streaks towards the character within range of 60 feet, which I'm assuming is right next to me. Ranged spell attack against the target. So a d20
your
plus something.
Spell attack modifier will be, I would assume, +4. Being your proficiency plus your intelligence.
Interesting. Dirty 20.
Okay, you do hit.
Right, and that's 1d8 heat damage. 3.
3. That's all you needed.
It's not very toasty.
Molly's fur catches fire. Her robe catches fire. The rusty sword is dropped to the ground as she staggers backwards and just collapses into a smouldering pile of rotten fur and flesh.
Oh no!
I didn't do that.
Can I move and try to put her out?
Yeah,
Wasn't me.
She's supposed to have a map.
You can move after you've done something. So you go and start like trying to pat out the embers that are all that really remains of one-eyed Molly.
Oh Jesus! Yep.
Who do you pass on to?
Screw us up.
She was undead, to be fair.
Still. Pan said something, so your turn for speaking.
Oh, okay. There's 2 zombies up, right?
There are 4 still.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 that have been wounded that are mobbing Spike, and 2 that are advancing on the crowd.
Well, Spike is a big dog. He can take care of himself. The 2 that are advancing on the crowd, I would like to persuade one of them with an arrow to the... Are they past me yet?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent. Back of the head.
Okay. Make a persuade roll, but I'll let you use your longbow modifier in place of it.
Beautiful. That's a 22.
Yes, that hits the cat zombie in a robe.
That's 9 damage.
Sweet. They're just fresh out of the bath. They didn't ask for this. It stumbles forward a few paces. The arrows, not anyone can see it, but what a member of the crowd is just like pointing aghast at the arrow sticking out of the zombie's forehead.
And I'll pass it over to Spike.
Okay.
So the 2 that are mobbing me is any of them hurt more than the other?
They are both equally wounded as far as you can tell. They both have similarly fist-sized chunks of flesh missing from a body part of your choice.
Okay. Could I do kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like a double action, but like if they're like really close to me, like could I use my spear and my longsword to kind of do like try to kill two birds with one stone, or
I believe that would be a later level thing.
gotcha. Okay, then I'm just going to nearest one to me and longsword him to death.
Sure thing. If you had different weapons, I think you could also do that, but at this level, but you only have a longsword and a spear, so.
Okay, that's fine. So D20.
Yes, D20, and then add your attack bonus.
Oh, that's an 18.
You don't even bother adding to it.
Yeah.
Please make your damage roll.
Yep. Oh, geez. Oh, no.
You explode a cat.
Bad kitty.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a 6. So 6, 7, 8. So 9 damage.
9 damage. That's enough. Yep. You bisect one of the cat zombies that is attempting to end your existence.
Nice.
It falls into 2 distinct piles covered by an artfully tattered robe. Who are you passing it off to? There's the cat zombies. And then there is Ruby and the guards, who are kind of nearly at the door to the guardhouse.
Nearly at the door. Is Ruby closer to? I'm kind of. What about the civilians? Who's closer to the civilians?
Ruby is putting herself between the civilians and the cat zombies. Clearly trying to. She's trying to defend them and also get them out of there at the same time, but. It's a wide road and there's a lot of people for her to corral.
Okay, then yeah, I would do Ruby next.
Okay, so she the guards kind of pour out behind you and essentially form a shield wall in front of the civilians to keep the zombies away from them. Then pass on to the zombies. The zombies, the 2 walking towards them, one with an arrow accessory, do throw themselves at the shield wall, and the one that attacked you last time, Spike, is just going to keep attacking you. What is with my watermelon die rolling? 17. That's 3 straight 17s in a row. For 5 damage.
Get the salt water.
5 damage.
I know it's not. I know it's a balanced die because it is doomed many a monster.
At 4. Spike's not doing too hot.
We'll pass it back to Spike then, as it reels backwards after pulling its blade out of your side.
Oh. And with his extra rage that he has built up, he's just going in for one last, well, not last, but like another swing at it, going for that sweet spot. D20. Oh, nice. 16.
Yep, that hits.
And D8. 7, 8, 10.
10. That's more than enough. As the guards are going to deal with the other 2, how would you like to dispatch the last one in a cinematic fashion? Or how do you want to do this in common parlance? As you have the killing blow.
Is this me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna kind of like hold my wound, and the wound is just gonna get me really upset, and I'm just gonna start raging and kind of ignore the pain and just push through, and then just take my sword and just start chopping until it goes right out the other side until you have 2 parts of the cat. Just
very well.
I think you got him.
Yeah, behind Spike, he can't see it, but the guards have dealt with the 2 cat zombies that were shambling towards them, and more than a small number have just horrified expressions on their faces.
He turns to him and he's like, "I don't respect animals that don't respect life in general."
No, that's fine. I understand that. Could everyone give me a notice check, please?
Oh, certainly.
Because the crowd does start to disperse.
How does
Natural 20.
Wow. Okay.
So if you don't, so it's a wisdom roll. If you
Okay.
don't have notice, if you have notice on your skills, you just add 2 to the result as well.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Oh.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. So you all realize that at some point during that brief scuffle, there was a dog in the crowd in a dark green hood that is no longer there. He's just gone.
I know.
Any chance of tracking this dog?
There's a lot of people here leaving paw prints and stuff on the dirt of the road, so probably not. And as the crowd does start to disperse, some of them kind of darkly muttering about cat necromancy or the monarchies have to be stopped. The zombies start to crumble to dust, including One-Eyed Molly.
Is there any?
Are her
Oh, go ahead.
belongings something?
Yes, if you
Is whatever she was wearing also?
if you carefully poke what's left, it is just a robe with a sword. There is nothing else.
Oh.
And like tattered
No map.
clothing for decency's sake.
Yeah,
Just like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
but no map.
No map, alas.
Well, then.
I
I hope I didn't burn it.
I'll limp over to Spike. You okay?
Ugh. Never been better.
That makes
He's
one
kind of
of
doing
us.
breathing exercises, trying to calm himself down. But it really hurts.
Yeah. Not a fan.
No, getting stabbed sucks.
One of the guards has approached you, Spike. She is a rough collie, so like really very fluffy fur. I can do a little to help with that if you wish.
Be my guest. And he lifts up his arm. Does it give him like the huge gash in his ribs?
Yeah, but she puts her paw on it, and you regain seven stamina points.
Ooh.
As there's like a warm healing glow. It's unpleasant to watch, and I imagine experience magical healing, but it's effective.
No.
No, it's
I'm
fine.
fascinated
I'm
by this.
fine. Thanks. I'm all right.
Well, it's very tiring, and you seemed in more need.
I limp over to the princess. Are you okay?
Yes. Molly didn't have her map though. I don't know what that was about.
Well, I don't think Molly was driving at that point. Don't think she was in charge. Seemed like she was undead. Like there was the unseen puppeting her body around. Ooh, like there might be more. We should look everywhere.
There's a loud gasp from a nearby urchin.
I know, right?
The rough collie kind of leans down to examine the body. I would concur. There's likely some greater force behind these.
Well,
I asked the collie, is there any ritual signs on this body at all? Like, I know sometimes rituals they do sacrifices and stuff like that.
She starts kind of pouring through the dust that's left. None that I can see, but the body is in a severe state of decomposition.
are the rest of them too? Did like they all?
Yes,
like dust,
they're all dusted essentially.
Okay.
She just left last week.
Yes, that means there is some powerful unseen out there.
And she was going to Vinsen's tomb, right?
Ruby kind of clears the throat, like, don't mention this in front of the crowd, but nods. Yes, that is what she was asking about that anyway, as was the strange dog.
Princess, do you have like royal records or something that show where that'd be?
You know that your, like, let's say great uncle Lancaster is a senior librarian in the Royal Library.
I know where they should be.
Excellent. Let's get over there as fast as I can limp.
Which leads me to my favorite. Leads me to my favorite scene in this entire Jumpstart. It is simply titled "Bothering Lancaster Pug."
Yes, fantastic.
So the city is calm. You experience no more undead felines as you travel the streets. It's getting reasonably late, and the moon is well up by this point. But the Royal Library is a massive structure, one of the biggest in the district of Westwall. Every book, scroll, plastic engraving, and scrap of notepaper makes its way here, making it the single greatest collection of written works known to dogs. As you enter, candles flicker on tables and in sconces, and lights dance over the floor-to-ceiling shelves. Right, out of character thing here. Lancaster Pug is written with a stutter because he's nervous. I do actually have a stutter that comes out when I'm nervous or overly stimulated. So if my stutter persists when I'm not in character, that's just because it's aggravated my own. But a nervous elderly pug in plain brown robes with a heavy blue overcoat shuffles up to you, trembling as he speaks. Greetings. How can I help you on this night? Everyone knows that. Yeah, you're fine.
Sorry.
But you know that pioneers and other adventurers make him very nervous because they're likely to damage his books, but equally they're the only people who are likely to appreciate his books.
I run up to him and give him a big hug.
He is. You know what? I'm gonna throw the required charisma check out of the window. That calms him down enough. He stops his trembling and pats you on the back.
I'm gonna look for the nearest surface that one can sit on, and start like tending my wound.
Yep, that's fair. If you wanted to, do you want to retcon having a rest? It takes an hour.
I mean, I don't mind if we can rest like while they're talking. Whatever's clever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So as he stops trembling, it's an uncomfortably long hug for people to watch, but who knows if the pugs are into it or not. He just stopped trembling and he kind of straightens his overcoat. Right. What may I help you with?
Michael, we need information on the location of our dear King Vincent from long ago.
Ah, the first king. Yes.
Yes.
Well, family history has it that he was buried in the mausoleum in the castle itself, but as he died before the city was finished, that would be difficult. I have certainly come across writings, and he kind of turns to take in the library, and then keeps turning to face the three of you, somewhere that indicate he was laid to rest in a secret tomb before being moved to the mausoleum afterwards.
That's exactly what we need. Where are those writings?
Well, that's the problem. Someone close to the family, and he means the Pug family. Someone close to the family requested that specific tome, and well, it was lost in a cat bandit attack.
Wait, when?
Quite some time ago.
Oh.
Although I may have. There's the darndest thing. A dog came in here last night asking for the same information. And he starts to tremble again.
Is he wearing a green hood?
He just nods, unable to get the words out. And he kind of goes to a table nearby. It's clearly a work table. It's got a candle. It's got a candelabra, and he seems to be lighting them in sequence. And it's like 3 of the 5 candles are just burned down to nothing. And it starts rifling through the notes. I think I should be able to. Takes a few deep breaths. Should be able to reconstruct the map that he made me draw for you. If
He made you draw a map?
Yes.
Oh, this so and so.
If you could do that, that would be very good.
I'm trying my best to like not show that this is super important in a deadly way.
Yeah.
Probably failing.
No pressure at all, but we need this map.
Spike is a little intrusive, and he's like, we're all working together," and just pats him on the back.
There's a and like some of the papers go. I just hit my desk doing that. Some of the papers go flying. When life imitates art.
That's exactly what he does.
Some of the papers go flying. He scrabbles for the candelabra to make sure it doesn't fall over and set anything on fire. But you can certainly have a rest while he drafts the map. So if you would care to heal any during the rest or regain spell slots, you roll one of your stamina die. You only have one at this level, so you roll your stamina die and add your constitution modifier to it. And that gives you the stamina that you recover or the number of spell slots.
I got back a whopping 3 hit points from that rest.
My fingers are really sore now.
Man.
Oh, don't do that. That's not good.
11 plus Constitution, so 13.
Yeah, so you just max out your hit points then.
So I don't get anything more, just max out.
Yeah, it doesn't kind of overfill.
Okay.
You recover stamina dice when you do a long rest. When you sleep, sorry, which is a period of like 8 hours in the evening.
Oh yeah.
If you, for reference, for those who don't know, if you do this outside, it's fine. But if you sleep outside, there is a chance that you do not recover your stamina points. Recover your stamina, sorry. You do recover the dice and spell slots, but you just don't recover the stamina.
Gotcha.
If everyone wants to, I believe the skill is notice. Could you, if anyone wants to be paying attention while he's making the map, you can make a notice check.
Sure.
You would definitely be interested. You wouldn't exactly know what he's looking at, but you would be interested.
That's 7. I noticed that my leg hurts.
Yeah, it
You got a
is.
16.
Got an 11. There's so many books. I am not paying attention to any one thing.
Fortunately, it was only DC 10. So even though there are so many books, you do hear it. He's muttering as he draws the map about like maybe this is where Vinsen's magical sword and shield were kept. But it's like it's under his breath. He's clearly not realizing he's saying that. It's just unconscious.
Thinking out loud.
Okay.
But about an hour later, he has a map ready for you to use. It seems to indicate a location about 2 days away from Pugmire. Pugmire is both the city and the country. Just
Can we negate
that-
the difficulties for like regaining stamina if we have like tents or whatnot?
if you fail the roll, so it's a DC 10 Constitution saving throw or something, off the top of my head. If you fail the roll, you can expend 1 ration to re-roll it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right. Right.
But equally, to keep the stream on track, I'm probably not going to throw anything at you on the travel.
Right on.
Question.
Yes.
Is this 2 days away by foot? Are there methods of transportation like wagons in Pugmire?
I would assume so, but not in the Jumpstart. So
Okay.
I would say yes, there
Just
would.
like it.
There would. You know what? I'm sure there's some comparison of travel speeds in the core rulebook. Give me a second. I'll I'll answer the question.
It's pretty hand wavy and
Yeah.
travel stuff. I would imagine. My guess would be that unless it's off the road, we'd probably have to go on foot anyway. I mean, unless it's like on the main drag down to.
It is off road. It's in some hills.
Yeah.
Like you can certainly
I'm
follow a
sorry.
road to a certain point, but after that point, you're cross country travel.
If it was like directly on the road to Hountain or something like that.
Yeah, it is a bit hand wavy. So
Fair.
you can shorten the travel time by maybe half a day if you take a wagon, because there are horses. There are non-uplifted horses.
I prefer horses. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, you could just ride a horse, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ride a horse. I don't think my tiny little legs are gonna get to the sides of it. Just like standing on it like this.
That's all right. You can ride side saddle on the back of my horse.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Haunted Chronicles makes a good point. You travel on paw, not foot.
That's true.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. I can provide horses probably
oh yeah, the Royal Stables will have horses.
with my. That if not, we can hire them with my many plastic coins.
That is true. You are also allowed to pick an additional piece of mundane equipment for your rucksack. If you aren't sure what to take, ammunition or a torch are good choices. Oh, that reminds me, Travis. Pan used his bow.
Yes.
I believe I need a dexterity...
It's a wisdom save, isn't it?
Wisdom save? Hang on. I believe so. Where is ammunition check? Dexterity saving throw.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Even better. 20.
Yep, you're fine. You may continue to use that container of ammunition.
Excellent.
So rather than keeping track of ammunition, you just make a dex save DC 10, and if you succeed, you get to keep the ammunition. If you don't, you're out of arrows in that quiver. It's simple, it's neat, and it does not
All or
require
nothing.
excessive bookkeeping.
That's cool though.
To the point where I'm thinking I might institute it in my D&D games.
Yeah, it's much better than doing all that math.
And then like search the battlefield for a minute and you get half your ammunition back. Like, what? No. Yeah, so but you can buy if you can acquire a piece of mundane equipment, or as I say, if you want to, you can make a wisdom save at a story relevant point to say that you have an item in your backpack that you bought in advance.
Yeah, I mean, if the horses would count as magical equipment, then yeah, let's get some horses and clippity clop over.
Okay. So
Yes.
you shave off let's say a half a day because you can travel faster, but you still have to go and paw over the broken terrain.
Sure.
I will go back down to the scene, but you have the map, so there's no chance of getting lost. You do encounter signs of bandit activity, but they're pre-dealt with by the officials.
Hey, that's a sign of bandit activity.
Bandits were here.
Oh
So cool.
no!
The weather is clear. The nights pass as they peacefully, calmly. You can hear the sounds of wildlife. There's no shambling hordes of undead roaming the countryside between Pugmire and your destination. But 1.5 days after leaving Pugmire, you arrive at the spot indicated on the map, a series of rolling hills on the northeastern plains of the kingdom. One of the hills looks like it was excavated recently, with dirt and rocks littered around it. As you move around to the rear of it, you see the curve of the formation hides a cleverly disguised stone door. The rocks and dirt were covering the door before someone dug them out. One of the stones has been wedged into it, holding it open a crack. You can only see darkness beyond. Right.
Things. This looks suspicious. I want to smell it for magic. Thanks.
Okay. You can smell.
And
no
also a
magic.
torch.
That's fair. You can smell no magic.
I'm
Okay.
all
But this is on for 10 minutes.
Yes, I will. I'll try to remember if you come up against anything that is magical.
Did you say that it was partially open?
It's wedged open a crack, just so it doesn't close.
And
Gotcha.
do we need to make a save to regain the stamina dice or no?
No, you've had enough time. I'm not going to hold you to that. Like you could have rested in the city itself,
Right.
and then set out fresh the next day.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask if we could pry that door open, but yeah.
Is there like a check for traps?
That would be, I guess, notice.
I'd really not want to get impaled.
Not high on your list of priorities.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
7, 8.
You can't see any.
Can't see any. Okay, then I will pry it open with my big, strong arms.
Where is it? Unlike, I mean, this is not going to make any difference because you don't really know 5th edition, but again, for people who are watching who know 5th edition, Pugmire doesn't really have a passive perception. Instead, you make a wisdom saving throw to notice the traps before you trigger them. What is your strength score, Spike?
Modifier or saving throw?
The actual score itself, the 2-digit number.
16.
16. That is enough. It's a weighty door, but it swings smoothly open on hidden oiled hinges. There is nary a creak as this heavy wooden slab is swung open.
I would like to, Spike's big dog. I'd like to sort of reach like around the side with an arrow, like ready in case there's something like right on the other side of that door.
Okay. With the light of Yosha's torch, you can see a flight of stairs going further into the hill itself. Wide enough for 2 dogs standing close together. I need to find them.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
Yes, please.
Definitely would like to know what we're getting into before we go in, but
I'd like to go about to the edge of the torchlight and just, sniff my way and try to scout ahead if I could.
Okay. By which do you mean Yosha's following you with the torch? Or you're getting to the edge and just stopping?
Like, I want to go to the very edge of the torchlight. I'm assuming we're going to continue moving forward as we go down the stairs. If not, I'll beckon them forward.
Okay, gotcha.
But I want to keep that distance between me and the others. So if something happens, Spike can protect Yasha, and I can, shout a warning.
Gotcha. In which case, if you want to make a notice roll.
I do want to make a notice roll. Ooh, that's not great. How about a 9?
How about a 9? Okay. You cannot hear or smell anything, but at the bottom of the stairs, you find yourself in a large, or kind of standing in the doorway of a large antechamber. There's a solid wall to your left, while the rest of the room opens up to your right. You can see small indentations in the floor where chairs or pews may have once rested on the stone floor, but the only other signs of furnishings are these smashed and splintered scraps of wood that look like they were demolished ages ago. Scattered all over the floor are broken arrows and bloodstains, recent signs of battle. The blood smells wrong, like it's coagulated and ancient, even though the stains are fresh. On the wall opposite, you can see an archway leading to another staircase, and a second recessed area to the right containing deep shadows.
Ooh, let's go over by those deep shadows.
Okay.
Is anything smells like magic? I don't know if the 10 minutes have passed.
10 minutes had not passed. It's been like 2, if that. What's the range on the... if there indeed is one.
Yes. It does not... 30 feet
Okay.
around me.
Okay. You cannot currently smell magic.
So you smell... Yeah. It also smells the presence of the unseen.
Cool.
Or people under the unseen influence.
Currently, you cannot smell those either. But if that becomes relevant, I will tell you. Heading to the deep shadows.
Cool.
Exploring the recessed area I assume with the torch. You enter a small room with a large tapestry covering the far wall. The time-worn and crumbling tapestry depicts Vinsen Pug, holding a shining sword and shield as he protects several cowering dogs from a large, menacing demon.
I'm gonna go and is the tapestry like rotten all the way through in places, or
There are small patches missing.
but it could very well be covering like a hole or something.
It could very well be doing so.
I'm gonna go lift the tapestry up
Okay, the tapestry...
and like just dive under. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you start to dive under it, and then you're just wearing this cloak of dust as the tapestry crumbles at the contact.
No.
Can I have an intelligence check, please?
Sure. 7.
7. It's just a wall. Tapestry is clearly just hanging here.
Sorry, I ruined that picture of your great.
Silent tear just falls. I mean, it was lost anyway.
It was very raggedy.
It was raggedy.
Is Yasha getting closer?
Kind of. I'm wherever Spike is.
Okay, Spike getting closer.
Yeah. In order for me to even see there, they'd have to be within whatever the torchlight is.
Yep.
Because I'm not
20 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that Pan told us to come in, that everything was clear, so I would have followed him.
Okay. At the very edge of your scent magic, sniff magic, can't remember what it's called. You can smell magic beyond this wall.
Hold on a second. There's something on the other side of that wall. Is it magic or unseen?
Magic.
I don't know. Okay.
It's either magic or just really dusty.
I was gonna say, is it more dust?
Doesn't smell like dust. I think though. Everything here is a little dusty. Pour out my nose.
I don't understand. This is just a wall. I'm gonna lean on the wall.
Okay. Roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Is this the wall?
17 on the d20.
You needed a 1 or a 20.
I'm gonna look through the room. Is there any like prominent smell of like blood that could lead us to like a room where this is all happening?
The bloodstains in the main room, there are some, not exactly, let's say smear. There are smear marks. They're not quite drag marks that kind of go up the stairs out of the original room.
Gotcha. So there's no like, okay. Is there more like, can I smell more blood in like another room, like a more prominent room that has?
Make a notice check, please.
Notice check. Okay. I know it sounds weird, but
No, it's totally fine. You are dogs. You have sensitive noses.
11, 12.
12. Can't really tell, unfortunately. The smell of this old but new blood, or new but old blood, is confusing your senses.
So this antechamber comes in off the main area that was off to the right from the stairs, right?
Indeed.
I would like to run out of the antechamber, like drop to all fours, run out of the antechamber, go into that room and look and see if there's like a door that leads into the area that would be like behind the wall, or if there's, you know what I mean? Like if there's a way from that main chamber into behind that wall in the other room.
After a brief moment of the zoomies, you're reasonably sure there are no obvious doors. You can certainly try a notice or an intelligence check if you would like to.
Yeah, I'll make a notice if I could.
I'd like to join him with my torch.
Yeah, that's a
I'll be following close behind, by the way.
21 on my notice check.
Okay. Yeah, you apart from this wall, which you have now rolled high enough to see, there is a secret door in it. There are no you've got the stairs you came in by on one wall of the antechamber, stairs leading out of it on the opposite wall, and then the hidden door in the alcove that you were in, that had the tapestry across it.
I'll run back and forth probably another 2 or 3 times after I notice that hidden door, just to be sure.
Yeah. No.
And then I will, then I'll say, "There's a secret door here,"
Okay.
and I'll start feeling for a trigger.
A dexterity check is required for this, please.
Can I just like break through the door? Is it like really sturdy material, or
It's stone.
so? Okay, then maybe not.
That's a 21.
Okay, there is a recessed latch hidden between 2 bricks.
Oh, hey, look at that.
The hidden stone door slides aside, ancient pillars and wheels groaning with unaccustomed effort. Behind, you see what must have been a storage room of some kind. Dozens of rotting wooden crates stand empty and covered in dust. In the middle of the crates is a small weapon stand, holding a longsword and round shield. Both gleam like they were made yesterday, even though everything in the room has been undisturbed for years. A strange chittering sound draws your attention. Coming around the crates, you can see pale-skinned rodents, each the size of a small pony. As they lumber towards you, you notice they don't have any eyes.
I'm going to assume the weapons are the thing that smells like magic.
Yes, the sword and the shield are both definitely magical. Could you please make dexterity checks as the blind dire rodents are aggressive?
All right, you're not going to believe this. I just rolled 3 17s in a row.
I did that earlier. It's a thing. I'm more likely to believe you right now, Travis, than anyone else.
That's weird. All right.
I got 22.
I had 21.
I got a 3.
22 then, I think.
Yep,
it's just
I got 22.
So you go first.
Okay.
Yes, they are blind rats essentially, but they're just the size of a small pony.
In terms of the shield and sword, are they like super magnificent weapons? Like
They're reasonably. It is also a longsword specifically. They are reasonably ornate in that they're the royal house's weapons, but they're also pristine after who knows how many years.
gotcha.
For those for reference, a shield grants you +2 to your defense if you're proficient in shields, or with shields, I should say.
He would definitely be kind of a little bit, I would say, a little bit of ooh shiny, and try to take the weapons.
Okay, so that'll be your actions, just to kind of move in and take.
Yep. Take the weapons and then deal with whatever happens.
Okay. So your defense is now 3 higher than the listed score.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, it just says use an item or an object. So you can grab one of the items on your action this turn. Which would you like, the sword or the shield?
Sword, 100%.
Okay, you got the sword. The sword grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Right. I have another question. Could I dual wield with my other sword?
Not long swords.
Okay, never mind.
I believe daggers you can dual wield and smaller weapons, but not long swords.
Okay, never mind then. Yes, I'll take the sword.
Okay, so you snatch up the magical sword. Who do you pass it on to? These rats don't smell great.
I'll probably attack the rats with the magical sword.
That'll be your next turn. So who are you passing on to now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Princess Yosha has some spells she could probably do to get some of these AoE spells going. So there you go.
Princess Joshua is currently trying very hard not to make a noopsie on the floor. I'm gonna cast magic armor on myself and try to go like as far away from the rats as possible.
Yeah, you can move up
Behind
to 40
everybody
feet,
else.
or you can drop to all fours and move 40 feet. But you can certainly get far enough away from the rats that they won't be a problem, at least this turn, as the magic armor fortifies your robes. You know, adventures are a lot different when you're reading about them. No one really describes how things smell in books. Not well enough in your experience now.
Right. I'm just gonna be like backed out against the wall. Like, you know.
Who are you passing on to? The rodents or Pan?
Pan. Do your thing.
How many of these blind rats are there?
There are 4 of them.
Okay. I would like to shoot one with an arrow, if I could.
You can.
And when I do, I'm just going to start humming a tune that I've picked up somewhere. That's a 18.
Yes, that hits. I don't really mind players knowing the numbers. Their defense value is 14.
Oh, sweet. That's 7 damage.
7 damage. There is a solid thunk as the arrow kind of slams into its hide. It's not dead, but there is a large stream of blood running from its haunch where the arrow is sticking out. Are you moving?
Probably. How close are they to the items?
They're about, let's say, 20 feet away through, like, with broken crates in the way, but they might just, they're big enough, they might just break through them. They're about 20 feet away from the items, and then about another 10, 15 from you. Spike's obviously closer.
If I could, like, just, like, you know, like somersault over to the shield, not to interact with it this turn, but just kind of like flip over so that like my back is directly to the shield and I can kind of, you know.
Yeah, totally something you can do.
All right. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. In which case, 2 of them are going to go for Spike and 2 of them are going to go for Pan because you're the 2 closest. Also, they can't actually get to Yasha, they're not that fast. So I'll do the... I'll just roll the attacks against Pan first. I've got an 11 and a 15.
11 misses, 15 does not miss.
So you take 4 piercing as
Ow!
as the rodent bites down. And could I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
You absolutely can.
The number you need is 11.
I didn't get it.
Okay, you are diseased and have the sickly condition, which I believe imposes disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until you are cured.
Ugh.
You don't feel well. And then the attacks against Spike. I've got a natural 1 and a 12.
My defense is 13.
Okay, so they both miss. They both come in charging. You see you see Pan get nibbled upon out of the corner of your eye, and you sidestep at the last moment. We'll pass it over to you then, if you would like, Spike.
Okay. Pan, are they... I want to try to help Pan first. I want to make sure he's okay, so I want to attack the rats that are attacking Pan.
Okay. The one
I look up and say, Mr. Spike, I don't feel so good.
The one that attacked Pan is the one that has the arrow sticking out of its hide.
Okay. So battle senses, he's okay.
That's the one that's more wounded.
Oh Jesus. 4. Plus my dex, yeah, so 5.
You're using the sword, right? So it's your attack modifier. Your attack bonus.
Well, for hit, correct?
Yep, so it'd be the same as the longsword you have? and then you would also add +1 because.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries.
So you'd
yeah,
have it like a 9 probably, right?
yeah, 9
10.
and 10. I got a 5, so and the roll's +5, so 10. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
And then another +1 because of the magic, so it'd be an 11, right? Because your bonus is +5. Or no, you got a 4, right? So yeah, it'd be 10.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not. You do hit it, but you just kind of glance off of its rubbery hide. It withdraws its fangs from Pan's. Sorry, I'm looking up sickly while I'm doing this. It withdraws its fangs from Pan's leg and hisses at you in blind fury.
I helped Pam. That's all that matters.
Who do you pass your turn at? Who do you
Yep,
pass it to?
I'm gonna pass it on to Pam.
All right. I would like to take the shield and do my best Anthony Mackie impression and just throw it over to Yasha.
Okay. Let's say. It's just the thrown thing. Just make a longbow attack to throw it accurately.
Okay. And I'm at disadvantage?
Yes, because you are poisoned. Sickly, sorry.
So that's still a 12.
That's enough. The shield comes flying in your direction, Yasha. You can catch it, or
I
you can
suppose.
let it fall. There's no roll required either way.
Oh, if there's no roll, I will catch it.
Okay. Are you proficient in shields?
Doubt. No, that's not what I'm proficient in. Hold on. Light armor, aptitude, and simple weapon.
Doesn't say shields.
Yeah, I believe it'll specifically say shield.
Yeah, I would say shield aptitude.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
You're a
I
wizard.
can probably prop it back against the wall and try to hide under it if it's big enough.
Yeah. You can use it as a tool, but you can't use it to defend yourself with. But you have it anyway.
I'll just use it as cover.
And then I'll give it.
Semi-cover.
I'll pass the action to Yasha after I throw her the shield. I say, keep this safe.
So what do you do, Yasha?
Put the shield behind me. Magic missile. The rat.
Very well.
Well, the rats. Whatever.
Please roll.
Is there just 3 of them?
There are 4 rats, so you can only hit 3 of the 4.
Oh, well. 3 of them are good. They're in shot. That's a 4. So +1, that's a 5.
Okay.
The one that is wounded and the other 2.
Okay. The one that is wounded expires. The bolt of magic energy finishes it off. There's just a crack as you break its snout, and it just collapses. It has had enough. The other 2 are heavily injured, but kind of limping on through it. And again, they're blind. There are 2 closer targets than Yasha, so we'll do 1 against Pan and 2 against Spike. Please, D4. Why are you so difficult to pick up? That's cocked. 23 versus defense for Pan.
Oh, that'll hit.
For another 4 piercing damage. The good news, of course, you don't need to make the saving throw again.
Right, because I'm already sickly, so I got that going for me.
And then versus Spike, I got a 20 and a 21.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Nasty rats.
Yeah.
And I just keep rolling high for some reason. The first is a 3, and the second is a 4 in terms of damage. So 7 total piercing damage.
So 7.
And I require from you also a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So 7. Constitution saving throw is D20 plus 4. Okay. Oh my god. No, 14.
That's fine. You succeed the first one. Can I have a second, please, for the second attack that hit you?
Yep. 20, 19, 20, 22.
That's double the number you needed.
I got an 18 plus 4.
That's pretty
for my
good.
Constitution.
That's pretty good. Back up, we'll start with Yasha. You can see that your friends, bodyguards, companions, they are definitely taking a beating or a biting.
Biting. I'm going to hit ray one of the rats.
One of
And
the
is
wounded
wounded.
ones. Go for it. Make the attack roll,
Yes,
please.
I'm so confused about the dice.
That's fine.
That's a 7, but it has a plus something.
I would assume plus 4.
Remember. So an 11.
11, unfortunately, is not enough to
Does
hit.
that hit?
No, so you lose the spell slot, and the beam of heat
No,
goes.
it's wait.
Oh, is it a basic spell? Sorry,
It's a cantrip.
it is a basic
Yeah.
spell. Never mind. But the heat does go wide, nonetheless. Yeah,
Uh-oh. What's burning?
there's nothing to burn in here. Well, I mean, there's rotted wood. You char one of the broken crates, but that's really all you do. Would you like to move? Would you like to just pass the?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna pass this to I don't know, Pan, for example.
I will shout, get the princess and the masterworks out of here. And I'm switching. Can I switch weapons and attack?
No, it's an action to swap weapons.
Okay. Well, in that case, then I guess I will put an arrow in this person that is right. Like whichever rat bit me last.
Okay.
I would like to thank them with the arrow to their face.
That's fair. I mean, you already have disadvantage, right? So why not try the close range attack?
Right. Yeah, why not? So that's a freaking 10.
Unfortunately, not enough. I mean, you hit it, but it's just kind of sticking barely in its hide. It's
Right.
kind of waving in the breeze on the ground.
And I will pass it to Spike.
Spike is right now immensely angry, so he's going to take the nearest wounded and just hack.
Go for it.
So.
D20, and I believe your bonus now is +6 because of the magic sword.
16.
Yes, that hits. The damage is now also an additional +1.
D8 plus 4. Oh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Were you going for the fresh one or one of the previously injured ones?
I feel like if I went with the fresh one, I could just take him out, and then it wouldn't be too much of a. Actually, are there any still not on Pan?
There's one on Pan, 2 on you. The one,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
The one on Pan is wounded, as is one of the ones attacking you.
Yep, Pan.
Okay. Where once there was one rat, now there are 2 rat halves. And a steaming pile of viscera.
I mean, or you could do that too. That's cool.
It doesn't smell great in this enclosed space. The rats in front of you start kind of their snouts are definitely twitching, and they're making hungry noises. You have to pass it on to the rats. They start feasting.
On whom?
The dead one next to you.
Oh. Aw. Well. Ew. Let's go.
Just gonna back out slowly.
Yep.
Close the door.
I assume you're both disengaging to move away without taking the attack's opportunity.
Yeah.
So all that means
Let's
is
say
that
so,
the
yeah.
rat would attack you as you left, basically.
Right. Yeah. Just disengage action. Back out of the room. Pull the secret door closed.
Never speak of this
Yeah.
again.
Hammer up some wood.
The sign that says "Do not enter."
Don't open dead rats inside.
But yeah, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I'd be looking over to Pan and be like, "Okay, we're leaving."
Hey, Yasha, can I see your torch? I just throw the burning torch into that room before I close the door.
That's fine.
Oh,
Some of the extremely dry and flammable wooden crates catch fire.
There we go. That's one way to do it.
for some reason, every campaign I play,
And
I just
I'll-
keep setting things on fire near things that I own.
It's it is what it is.
I'll then take out one. Now that that's closed, I'll take out one of my torches and light it for light so we can get out of here.
Okay. You know the way out. It's hang a left and go up the stairs. If you are leaving the tomb, that is the end of the adventure.
Well,
Yeah.
We did it. We got the masterworks.
Woo!
Are you closing
Nice.
the door behind you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
And,
cool.
Like,
leave it
and
as you found it.
Well, you found it with the door
nails.
open,
Nails.
but you can close the door and just push all of the dirt back in front of it.
Right, bury it if we can. Yeah.
Yep. So
Alright.
it takes a little bit of time, especially as Pan's a bit woozy, but you do in fact inside the tomb. Hours later, a dog in a green hood with a rusty sword makes its way back to the door and howls in frustration as it cannot open it.
Uh-oh.
That guy's got some problems over there. Why is he trying to get in that door? It's dangerous over there. You didn't know that? Jeez.
So Derry
That's-
Lurcher,
That was from the inside?
yes.
Like, we buried that dude alive?
Well,
Oh,
Yes, with the rats.
wait, what?
there was another flight of stairs going further in. He's actually already dead as well. That's the thing.
Oh, well,
Oh.
then, hey, it all
Derry-
came out in the wash.
Derry is possessed by one of the unseen,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
But
and
we don't see that, right?
No, that was like a
Or do
cutaway as you travel back to Pugmire. Yeah, Derry's possessed by one of the unseen, and you can get it out of him, and it's worse if you get it out of him because it's one of the unseen.
Right, sure, yeah. Oops. Our bad.
No. Oh, he can stay there with the rats. It's fine.
Yeah. It sounds like a perfectly good home for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yes.
with all those rats.
But you did the job.
Yes.
You found Molly, and you have the masterworks. In that you have the royal arms of the crown of the
Woohoo.
first king of Pugmire.
Yeah.
I
Job well
think
done.
Uncle. What was his name? Uncle Lancaster or something?
Yeah.
I'm
So I'd be
gonna
very
go,
happy to know the map he drew was accurate and he was right.
I'm gonna go sleep
That's
for a
where-
week. That was such a difficult fight. There were like 27 rats down
Yep.
there. It was horrible.
We're totally gonna play this up. Be like, yeah, I took 30 of them out easy with my trusty sword here.
And I got a terrible unseen plague that turned me into a newt.
Enhanced your strength and everything.
I love it.
Awesome.
I'm just like
That was-
gossiping with Uncle Lancaster forever.
That was dope.
That was fun.
Definitely very fun. I definitely like this. I actually kind of prefer this to 5e because it's a lot simpler than 5e in
Yeah.
general. But it's like I kind of do prefer this a little bit.
Yeah, it's a smooth, simple system. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
You can actually pick up Secret of Vinsen's Tomb at Drive-Thru RPG, and I do believe I'm bringing up the link right now, and I'll throw that in the chat. But before I start talking too much out of school here, let me see here. Say, I think there is a there's a print on demand version or PDF available for it. It comes with pre-made characters, including the ones that we played,
6 pre-made
and
characters.
3 others, I think.
Yes, Sergeant Leo Bulldog, Sister Picasso Collie, and someone else.
My
I think
cat
it
is
highlights-
very sad.
Sorry.
We didn't let him play.
I think it
So yeah,
highlights the all of the callings, I think.
I believe so. Yeah, and so yeah, that's the secret of Vinsen's Tomb, and we can you can pick that up, Drive Through RPG. Definitely check out Pugmire if you haven't yet. It is a streamlined D20, 5e engine. But yeah, the play is a lot faster. It's a lot less complex. It's really fun for all ages, but you can definitely go dark with it too.
Yeah, I would say as someone who runs D&D for kids as a regular thing, this is, if I had the chance to run Pugmire for them, I'd take that over, core 5e rules.
Yeah, the whole cultist and the cultist part where like they're an actor. Yeah, I was a little surprised how dark it got there for a second.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
And I mean, and if you want to play it, like one of the cool things about the setting is there's a lot of dials you can turn in terms of like, you can have the undead be kind of like cartoony, zombies, or you can go like Sam Raimi with it. And by turning those dials to fit your audience, it can very much be a more mature game, or it can very much be catered down to, younger players, or even just players who are less inclined to enjoy things like gore and terror.
Or if you just want a lighthearted game for once.
Yeah,
I think what would be really cool is like a Game of Thrones style Pugmire game. That would be kind of cool.
Oh, that's the monarchies.
The Monarchies of Mao. There's a lot of like political maneuvering and things like that. It's a really cool.
Oh, they got like a separate game for it.
Yeah, it's a separate rule book. It's like the same.
Gotcha.
It's the same.
Right,
it's the same underlying framework of rules. It's just a separate book.
Yeah, they're cross compatible. And then Pirates of Pugmire has the birds and lizards as playable species in it, and rules for sailing and for ship-based combat and things like that. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
like I said, I had a lot of fun playing this. So,
if anyone has enjoyed watching the stream, I feel it behooves me to point out that there is a playtest of Squeaks in the Deep on Thursday at 4 p.m. I believe.
It's 5 Eastern.
Cool. There you go.
I think.
Hang on, I made a note of it.
I'm playing in it, so.
I mean, I wrote down 4 based on the schedule. So
no, I mean like I'm playing it, so I should know, but I don't.
And Squeaks in the Deep is rodents, and I think it's more horror themed.
It's a little more horror themed. It's a little more. I don't want to say too much prior to the play start because I don't know what Eddie has all said publicly about it.
Of course.
But yeah, the rodents, there are, if you're familiar at all with Pugmire and familiar with the abilities that the rodents have, those abilities are reflected in the player character options. I will say that much for sure. So it introduces some new systems and stuff and some new focus on where the rodents come from. So there's a lot of cool things to be explored in Squeaks in the Deep. I'm very much looking forward to that playtest. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
And the next Jumpstart's the one later, right? With Chaz?
Yes.
At a light extinguished?
2 p.m.?
Yes, 2 p.m. Going to my notes.
Eastern.
And that's the Scion, a light extinguished.
Yep.
And
then tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are playing Adventure.
Now, is it Adventure, or do you have to say Adventure because of exclamation point?
Trinity Continuum Adventure. Actually,
he does it so well.
But yeah, and that's got I think like 2 days left on the Kickstarter, so definitely head over and check that out if you have not yet done so. I think it's like $5 gets you access to the text, so you can check it out, see if it's a game that you think you might enjoy, and then back for a higher level at that point. So. Lots of ways to do it. You don't have a whole lot of time to peruse the text because there's only 2 days left. So, but get in on it. Order like 5 hard copies. You know you're going to want it. It's awesome.
Fund the entire print run while you're at it.
Right.
Do you want to do last who you are, where people can find you again?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I'm Travis Legg, he, him. When I'm not here, I'm at Plastic Age Plays on Twitch, at Travis Leg, everywhere else on the internet. You can get my things at Drive Through RPG, both through Onyx Path. I also do community content, and I also have books under my own publishing company, Aegis Studios. So that's where you can find me. And I'll pass it off to Princess Yosha.
Well, I have been Buffoon like them, and if any grown-ups are watching, you can find me at Buffoon everywhere, except on Twitch. I don't use this.
That's fair.
Well, thank you for coming and joining us.
Yes, thank you for breaking a habit and appearing on Twitch.
It's been a pleasure. I'll do it for this channel and this channel only.
There you go. My name is Jared. You can find me over at Vorpal Tales on Sundays. I play the Mage game there, and I also play video games with Sean in the morning. Bacon and Survival, where right now we're going through Valheim currently. So that's kind of nice. But I would definitely love to be back if you guys would have me. But yeah, it was very fun today. I really enjoyed Pugmire. I actually did. I really did.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you both for coming. This has been a lot of fun.
And thank you for Travis, obviously.
Thank you for running.
Oh, no worries. I like Pugmire. And yeah, I'm Comrade Bubbles everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I guess for people who are familiar with my show, this isn't going up on my YouTube channel. This is going up on the Onyx Path channel, I expect. And I hope the fact that the OBS died halfway through doesn't affect doesn't prove too much of an
we'll
issue.
sort it out. Easy peasy.
But I also play video games on my channel. And if anyone wants to come and hang out with me tomorrow from 9 a.m. Eastern for my for Eastern for my affiliate anniversary, I'll be doing anthropomorphic animals, but it's Banjo-Kazooie and it hates me. So thank you everyone for watching. Any last things people want to say before I move over to the post roll?
No, just thanks for coming and thanks for playing and thanks everybody in the audience for being fun and cool and engaging, and we had a great time. Oh, and get vaccinated. Holy cow.
Yes,
vaccinated.
that.
Great.
Yes, please. Wear a mask.
Yeah,
All
it
those
goes
stuff.
over the nose as well.
Oh, and happy holiday to those of you who partake.
Okay, see you all around.
Yeah.
Bye.